Yeah, to be honest with you, I still really don't understand brands' investment in programmatic advertising. Um, the only case that can be made is for streaming services, just because that's where the attention is right now. But if we're talking about like actual programmatic display, it literally makes no sense to me. Why would you invest in something that is very clearly not only 50% effective? Like the data shows that less than 50% of your budget, like let's say $10,000, $5,000 of that is lost in a complex ad supply chain system and ad blockers and things that just automatically wipe away half your budget, right? So why would you spend $10,000? I mean, obviously it's much more than that. Most of these brands are spending, let's call it $100,000 minimum. That could be a tiny brand spending that over a year, or that could be a larger brand spending that monthly. Why would you spend $100,000 when you know that only $50,000 of that is actually going to be seen by somebody? And you also know that most of the people that are seeing that are not actually taking action on that or even digesting that thing. It's white noise. It's just there, right? I mean, just think about yourself. When is the last time you went to a recipe site well known for having programmatic everywhere, right? When's the last time you looked up a recipe and you were actually watching and looking at the ads there, or you even know the difference between a Geico ad and a nationwide insurance ad? Like 2 seconds into that experience, you're not going to know the difference. You're not even going to digest what that brand is, right? And so if your argument is, well, brand recall, well, spend it somewhere else. Spend it on on streaming services. Spend it on Meta. Spend it on YouTube. Spend it on a Times Square billboard if you have to. I believe in a Times Square billboard over programmatic, display advertising, because at least if you're in a Times Square billboard, people on your team can post about it on LinkedIn and Twitter and say, "Look, we're on Times Square." Media, you might be able to pitch that to media coverage. You might get in photos of people taking selfies. Like at least there's something there. With programmatic display, it's garbage. It's garbage. I'm sure there's somebody out there that can comment and prove me wrong and say it works for us in this one case. But for most consumer brands, programmatic is just a dumpster that you can throw half of your money into and then throw the rest of it into eventually understanding that people aren't actually acting, whether it's brand recall, whether it's conversions. It's just not working. Put that money into somewhere else. Put it into streaming if your goal is, programmatic. Put it into platforms that people are actually going to hear your brand, see your brand, be interested in what you have to say. Put it into those platforms.